Hey guys, this is Kay again, and we're gonna finish this topic and go over number 3 of the first 3 steps to begin prepping. Number number 3 is supplies. So I'm gonna break this down for you in subtopics. I wrote a little cheat sheet over here because I didn't want to forget anything. So the first thing is contact information. You need to really just get everybody's phone numbers, everyone that's important in your phone, and write it down on a little notebook. Make sure that everybody has a copy of these important phone numbers. If you have certain information, make sure you have it in a specific place. Make certain copies if you need copies. Birth certificates, social security card, driver's license, all those types of things. Make sure that they're in the same place. Ziploc bags, water, anything like that. Try to keep them as safe and dry as possible. And schedule and your plan. Make sure your kids know how to contact you in case of an emergency. Number 2 is about food. People, they want to stock and they want to get all their supplies. They want to go and get all this food, tons and tons of cans. They'll go get, let's just buy cans. But when they look at everything, it's like, okay, well, I really don't eat this now. When things are crazy, the last thing you want to do is try to figure out how to eat something, how to tolerate it. So my rule of thumb is prep what you eat. Okay, so if you don't eat Spam, don't buy Spam. But in a desperate situation, yes, if that's all that's there, enjoy. Okay, because you gotta eat. Prep the things that you like. If you know that you are non-dairy, don't just buy a big old box of pre-made like MREs, different things like that, because a lot of that stuff is milk, has a lot of milk-based products in there, and that's just gonna make you sick. So you got to think about that. If you're allergic to gluten and nuts and different things like that, you need to really read the labels. Make sure that you are stockpiling things that you can eat. So you're going to take into consideration allergies and intolerance and all those types of things. Okay? Next is shelf life. Don't buy things for your actual emergency supply for things that are going to expire in a week. This is not the stash that you worry about preservatives. I mean, you're gonna need some preservatives. I'm not talking about like high fructose corn syrup, because I'm gonna stockpile what I eat. Like I said, we eat organic, we try to eat as clean as possible, so I'm not going to pack those things. But shelf life is important. I mean, you can die. You pack something, you open it, and it's full of bacteria. You may not see it, but that's your health, that's your life. You could die. Your child could die. So, I mean, really, that the shelf life is very, very important. If you are canning, trying to preserve things yourself, dehydrating, all of those types of things, they're wonderful to do, but you have to make sure that you are preserving things properly, sterilizing things properly, so that your shelf life is adequate. I mean, it's safe. So that is very important. Okay, so contact information, stock the things that you actually can eat, shelf life, and now quality. Yes, out of desperation, you go to the Dollar Tree and you buy some batteries. How long do you I mean, those batteries, mm, in a pinch, they're good, right? But in an it hits the fan situation, mm-mm. I need my good batteries, right? I need the good ones that I know is going to sit on that shelf for a while in case something happens. And when I put them in my flashlight, they're going to work. Okay? So, quality is very important when you're dealing with emergencies because it is just not the time to skimp around. You need things that are going to work, that are going to be ready when you need them. So, your things like batteries, lighters, all different sorts. I mean, I'll do, my next video is going to be more specific in the different types of supplies that I have, that I, like to stock up on. But quality is very important. I'm not telling you to spend a whole bunch of money, but you have to really, look for the sales. Every time Costco has a battery sale, I buy a pack of batteries in all different sizes. I do. I have tons and tons of batteries, but I mean, think about it. How many batteries does your flashlight take? How many batteries do those battery operated candles? Radios, those NOAA radios. You need that power. Um, you know, Cell phone cords, those backup types of things. You have to get quality supplies. This is just not the time to rely on cheap, thrown together, maybe it works type of stuff. Shop around. Yeah, there are some things that I do get from the dollar store, but batteries is not one of them. No. Um, toilet tissue, things like that. I think that's still a waste of money. But in a pinch, if it's there, yes. So there you go. This just when you really think about starting to pack your supplies, getting things right, think about these things, making sure that you think about each individual person in your family and their specific needs. It's not just about grabbing stuff, right? Throwing it in a bag and you're good. Like I have a 1-year-old, right? I have 6-year-olds, 14-year-old. The two of us are none of your business. The two adults, we're holding up. But then we have in-laws that are older. So, okay, I can't just snatch up stuff and throw it in the bag. You may need, like myself, okay, I need to prep diapers. I need to make sure I stock up on wipes. I may need to make sure that I have certain, medications that the baby may need, or everybody has specific needs that you really need to think about when you prep. So that's it for number 3. And we're going to dig in a little deeper, but I just really wanted you to have a starting point and try to figure it out, making it easier to figure it out. So any questions, feel free to just comment, ask me about anything. I've been doing this for a while. I'm not saying I know everything, because I still research and, and say, oh yeah, I could do that, or I can add this, or I need to update. And you know what? That is another point. You need to constantly check the dates on your food, and your supplies too, because how often do disasters happen? They don't happen that often, but before they do, if you know that you've had your supplies for 2 years, you've been stocking up for about 2 years, you need to start going through those dates again, just to make sure that things are still fresh, right? That you don't open your bag a year later and everything is expired. All your first aid is expired. All your granola bars, I don't know, are expired. So the shelf life, very important. And that's a check and a recheck, when you're going through your supplies, check again, before, it's tornado season coming up, it's hurricane season coming up, blizzard season coming up. Go through those things and say, okay, let's check these dates and make sure that if we're caught in a situation, we don't have a ton of expired things. And, if things are almost about to expire, eat it. Recycle, and then restock the bag. It's not going to waste if you're eating it, right? So eat it, rotate it out, and put new stuff in there. That the shelf life of your preps is your life, right? You can get sick if you eat something that is bad, even out of desperation. No, you don't want to go down that road, because being sick, and when things hit the fan, you're depleting all of your nutrition anyway by, if you're vomiting and diarrhea and all this, you're just getting further and further dehydrated. Don't ask for trouble. just check those dates. All right, so I really hope that this helps you and, pushes you to start and to really think about keeping yourself and your family safer. All right, so I'm signing out, and I will make another video soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.